name is Mel, and I've trained with Laura both in person and also remotely through video chat. For me, training has always meant that I needed to adjust to fit the environment. It's never adapted to fit me. I always had to do the labor of fitting in. And what that's meant is that maybe 80% of my attention is actually on training for dance or lifting or whatever I was doing, and that other 20%, I just had to hide it and set it aside because I was using that energy to lip read and understand what was going on. So when I met Laura and they asked, how can we accommodate you? I was stunned. Does that mean that they learn some basic signs, or figure out how to set up our placement so we can see each other? And we did, so now 100% of my attention can be focused on training, and I've really taken off that way.
Because there's no place else that I can go that acknowledges, celebrates, and encourages all of my various identities, except when I come to work out with Laura.
As a fat person, I really value spaces where I don't feel like my fatness will get in the way of my participation.
So this space is important because it can be very intimidating, especially when you're coming out newly as trans, to go to a gym and know which locker room you're going to feel safest in, if you're going to be judged on your appearance by anyone else who's in that building, and just generally just that paranoia, not being able to relax because you're concerned about how you're coming off to other people.
So, as a teacher of capoeira, I need a place that's going to be safe for everyone, is going to be welcome for everyone. And they all need to be at an equitable level, and they need to be in a place where they're not going to feel intimidated by other people's abilities and focus on what they can contribute to the space.
We celebrate trans folks,
Fat folks,
queer folks,
people of all races,
abilities,
ages,
orientations,
genders,
and sizes.
I think a movement space where everybody is welcome and it's queer safe is very valuable, where people can be authentic, because it allows you to really dig deep, to work out those problems that you have had, whether it's in your body, in your mind. It's so connected, and I've been experiencing that working with Laura for the past almost 2 years, and it's really changed my life.
I want a movement space like this because diet culture has stolen joyful movement away from me, and I want to take it back.
Before I had top surgery, I would have really liked to have a space that it would feel like mine I couldn't find when I was going to the gym. That I would have somewhere that I could go and not feel like people were talking about me behind my back.
The work that Laura and Christine are doing is very important to me. As someone who grew up in a bigger body, I lived a lot of my life just from here up. And it wasn't until I was in my 30s I really started to explore the rest of my body, where I started to give myself permission to feel this body that I have. So Laura has given me a space where I can actually make some connections between getting up and off the floor and that connection between, like, this is my body and it can be strong. And I feel it affecting my everyday life as I just walk from my office to other places on where I work. I feel my body just being a little bit more comfortable, and it's actually attaching to this part of my head. Thus, mind and body connection in a space where we can just be ourselves and be in the bodies that we inhabit and feel safe is so important.
So it's so important to have trainers in a space that really understand different types of people, different types of bodies, different types of personalities, and really understand what people need and are able to respond to those needs and personalities and that in an environment, and Rochester needs that so much. It's so critical.
I have had a lot of positive outcomes from working with Lore. I've developed strength and confidence that has directly translated into my physically strenuous and non-traditional job as a union iron worker, and I want other queer folks to be able to have a place where they can feel safe and comfortable, growing their strength, developing a healthy self-regard and confidence when it comes to movement.
Thank you for your support.
Thanks!